Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Matt. I'm currently a double degree medical student at the University of Sydney. And in today's video, we're going to be chatting a little bit about why if you're in year 12 right now and you're interested in medicine, then you should really start thinking about the interview process. And towards the end of the video, we're going to be giving some actionable advice that you can take on board right now and start doing to start preparing. So if you're interested in that, stick around. So at the time that you're watching this video, it's probably around early September-ish. To give you an idea of your timeline ahead, I'm going to throw up some interview dates of common Australian medical schools. I should probably scooch over to the slide here. Feel free to pause, take a screenshot of this if it's something that you find useful. What I want to draw your attention to is that WSU and JMP have some of the earliest interview dates at around 23rd to 27th of November. That's essentially 3 months after your last HSC exam finishes. And so obviously not a lot of time, 4 to 5 months for interstate individuals, not a lot of time to prepare. And obviously time differs for different people, but it's still a challenge. So the number one reason why people don't prepare for their interviews early enough is because they say this: I want to get a good ATAR first, then I will prepare for interviews in the summer. And I can totally understand that because it's difficult to prepare for something that's not in your direct line of sight, like the HSC, for example. But that is the reason why today, in hindsight, I want to give you 3 reasons that will hopefully help you rethink that plan. So number 1, interviews are inherently introspective. What that means is essentially you got to look into your past and you got to think about, anecdotes and experiences that have shaped parts of your personality, who you are, right? And that's how the interviewer is going to get to know you. But the challenging thing is you have to express them in a way that is both unique and also paints you in the best possible light. And that takes time and practice. And it's not something you can do in a sort of rushed manner. To test yourself really quickly, you can think about, hypothetically, if someone came up to you right now and asked you, why do you want to do medicine? And you had to give an answer that was not just, quite superficial, like, oh, I want to help people. And the second thing is you spent the last 2 to 3 years preparing for the HSC, the UCAT, and it's been a lot of work. But the fact of the matter is that most medical schools weigh the interviews equally, if not more, than the HSC and the UCAT. So not spending time or enough time on interview preparation just makes no sense. So the third reason is probably a little bit less relevant to people who are more confident, but personally, I wasn't very comfortable talking to people I didn't know about myself. And so I tended to use a lot of filler words like, Good news is, for people who are less confident like I was, fake it till you make it is 100% a thing. The only issue is that, confidence and fluency of speech, like most skills, takes a lot of practice and a lot of time. So now, onto things that you can immediately start doing to prepare for your interviews. These are things that you can do in the shower. Maybe you can't sing anymore, but hopefully that's a sacrifice that you are willing to make. So the first thing is you want to start looking at moments in your life that have held significance. And that can be as simple as, for example, the time that you made a child's day at an after-school care center that you volunteered at, or a wonderful conversation you had with your favorite teacher. And these are all moments that are crucial in building a holistic idea of who you are as a person for those interviewers. And the earlier that you start building this collection of small windows into your life, the better. So the second thing that you want to start doing is you want to allocate a specific time in the week to having heart-to-heart conversations with a friend that you are comfortable opening up to and talking about your past. You want to start chatting about things like what you're proud of, your biggest regrets, your greatest achievements, because all of this is content that's going to be relevant to questions that you could potentially be asked in the interview. And that's going to save you a lot of thinking time down the road because you've done all of this thinking in regular intervals leading up to the official start of your interview practice, which is after your HSC. So the third and final thing you want to do is start thinking about how you're going to answer the age-old question, which is, why do you want to do medicine? It can be really difficult to answer it without sounding extremely generic, but it's a bridge you're going to have to cross, so you might as well start thinking about it right now. We're actually going to make a whole video dedicated to that specific question. So if you're interested in that or other interview related content and you've enjoyed what you've heard so far today, then consider hitting the subscribe button. So in summary, interviews takes a lot of time to prepare, but if you start early and you invest small amounts of time, then it's going to do wonders for you down the road. That's all from me today. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.